This video is probably the most unusual one you'll ever see in financial markets. Hello, my name is Bijan and I'm the manager of Atlas team. Everything has started as a hobby for us, but gradually, when mathematical calculations were added, we realized something significant, which we later named the Xmoon Law. This law applies to all currency pairs in all time frames. When we tested it, we saw it works on 15-minute time frame, 5-minute time frame, 30-minute time frame. In fact, all time frames. It works on all currency pairs, and each time it surprised us. In this video, we want to discuss the law of Xmoon together. There are two models of trading. The first model involves trading all your capital based on a 1%, half percent, or 2% risk management strategy. You risk 1% and aim to gain 2% profits. This is one model, but according to global statistics, even those who use this type of risk management don't last long in financial markets. Let's set that aside, as we are not focusing on this type of risk management as a continuous profit-making trading strategy. Instead, let's look at another model where you put all your money into a single trade, making it a 50-50 bet. This is essentially gambling because there is no mathematical analysis involved. Now, think about this for a moment. A game like blackjack. If you can apply some mathematical rules and calculations to it, even though blackjack is considered gambling, you can always win if you apply certain mathematical rules. I hope you have seen the movie 21, or if you haven't, make sure to watch it because you'll better understand what I'm saying. In various casinos, if the casino manager think you're counting cards and using mathematical formulas in blackjack, they will easily catch you and kick you out of the game and the casino. There's a very interesting line in this movie, the 21. It says, we don't gamble, we just count cards.
We're counting cards, we're not gambling.
Now imagine a trader who opens a single trade and puts all his money into that trade. If he knows there is a 96 to 98% chance that the position will move in his predicted direction, then what? Yes, it is definitely a big deal. 98% is not a small number. I will show you all these things accurately on the chart so you can see them, but I have a request before that. This video might be 30 minutes long. Please watch it 3 or 4 times. Put aside everything you have learned as a trader up to now and watch this video with an open mind because you might want to judge it. After watching the video 3 or 4 times and thinking about it, then judge the video and the Xmoon Law. But first, watch it 3 or 4 times and think well about it. Let's go to the chart. I have a lot to say.
First of all, we need to examine together whether what we are going to talk about has actually happened in reality or not. I have 4 accounts, 4 real accounts. In the first one, we put $200 and within 8 days, it turned into more than $400. $428, which means it doubled. The drawdown was 11%. But remember, this 11% does not matter to us. In this system, in Xmoon Law, the drawdown doesn't matter to us at all. In this system, the logic is to achieve the highest profit with the least amount of money. So the drawdown does not matter to us at all. So $200 turned into $428 in just 8 days. We tried it again. We put in another $200 and in 59 days, this $200 turned into $1,012. We tested it once more. This time, we put $500 and in 105 days, it turned into around $1,800 with a drawdown of 46%. It doesn't matter at all. In this system, we say minimum money, maximum profit. We invest $10, $20, $200, but on the other hand, we get multiple times profit. Look, here it says 1,650, but note that the first day $300 deposits were made, and on the first day $300 was withdrawn. So this $300 should be deducted from here. So our money was $1,350. So $1,350 turned into $4,136, which is about $4,200, meaning this money tripled. We turned 1,350 into 3 times in 51 days. I showed you these to let you know that what I am talking about actually happened. And now no one can tell us these are back tests, these are just numbers. No, these actually happened in the real market and we are seeing them. Now let's talk about the Xmoon Law. Those who follow me know how to work with 3-push divergence strategy, but I will explain how it works one more time. If a 3-push divergence occurs and there is a support here or an order block, remember this is the price and this is the RSI indicator, you can put your stop loss here and your take profit above this area, here. Sometimes this stop loss hits and sometimes the take profit hits. A very good trader can usually make between 5 to 15% profit per month. Let's set this aside. We are not dealing with this. This is continuous profit on the total capital. We're not dealing with this. We are looking for something else. Maximum profit on a small portion of the capital with the mentality that this money can be lost. If we have $2,000, we want to divide it into 20 portions of $100 and start growing each of these $100 portions with the mentality that some of these $100 portions might get liquidated. The idea is to divide a large sum of money into small amounts that don't matter to us and grow these small amounts significantly. Sometimes you invest $2,000 to grow it 5 to 15% per month, meaning growing profits from $100 to $300. You can divide that $2,000 into 20 portion of $100 and one of those $100 portions can grow to $200, $300, $400 within this system, like the MyFXbox examples I showed you. Now let's see what this is all about. The Xmoon Law says that wherever you see a 3-push divergence without any support or resistance, just a 3-push divergence, there is about 30% chance that when you enter the trade, you can take the profit, meaning the price returns from here to here. If the first level of Xmoon doesn't work, at the second level, just from here up to here, is second level. The second level has about 45% chance of success. So right now, looking at the first, in the second level, there is about 70% success rate. On the third level, as you penetrate and come down here, there is a 13% chance of the price returning. The sum of the first to fifth floor in all time frames, in all currencies, is always over 95 to 96%. I'll show you this exactly with about 11,000 trades. Look, on 1 minute time frame, as you can see in 2023 with major pivots, we had 1,467 trades. 424 of the trades were successful just in level 1. 622 of the trades became successful when they entered in the second level, which is 42% of the trades. If you count the trades up to level 5, you see that 97% of the trades became successful when they reached to the level 5. Now let's look at 2023, 1 minute, major pivot and mid-major pivot. You see we had 1,812 trades. If you count level 1 to level 5, you see that 99% of the trades became successful by entering level 5, which is amazing. Again, you can see here that in the same year, 2023, in major, mid-major, and minor pivot, by level 5, 98% of the trades became successful. As you can see in 5-minute time frame, 96% of the trades became successful again when they reached to level 5. You see, 5-minute time frame is exactly like 1 minute time frame, as I told you in the beginning of the video. This is really amazing that the Xmoon Law exists in 5-minute time frame, 1 minute time frame. As I said in the beginning of the video, this law exists in all time frames, in all currencies. As you can see here in 2023 in 15-minute time frame, again up to level 5, 99% of the trades were successful. In year 2022 up to level 5, 96% of the trades were successful. In year 2021, 97% of the trades were successful. You see, this is really unbelievable that right now we are just seeing the Xmoon Law in different years, and even in 30-minute time frame, 60-minute time frame, we have a tremendous amount of trades here in this file that you can see that this law exists in all of them. There were 41 trades, 41 3-push divergences, and all of them became successful when they entered just level 3. I'm not talking about level 4, just level 3. 100% of them became successful. You might think that this is martingale, but it is not martingale at all. In martingale, you have no mathematical statistics to know the probability of your first trade returning. But here you see that as soon as the trade opens, there is a 30% chance that the trade will return up to the profits. By level 5, there is a 96% chance of successfully exiting the trade. Let me explain more. I put all the things that I told you about Xmoon Law into an expert advisor. From 1st of January 2023 up to June 18th, 2024, which is about 10 months, this bot is grading based on Xmoon Law and 1 hour time frame. As you can see here, it says it takes about 37 hours for back testing. And you should know that the Xmoon back test is 99% similar to the real trades because there are no elements in it that would make the back test different from the real trades. At the beginning of the video, you saw that I showed you some real accounts that match exactly with the back test. So far, from the 1st January 2023 up to now, which is 3rd February 2023, a 100 account has turned into $213 in 1 month, almost 100 profit. The blue line, as you can see, is just a balance, and the green line is the equity. We put this $100 into this account with the mindset that it might get liquidated and go to zero. We accepted this risk, but one thing to note is that we have seen 96 to 98%, sometimes even 100% in some years in the Excel that I showed you, with all levels of Xmoon calculated. Now you see that this $100 has turned into $238. Someone can easily take out the $100 and let the remaining continue trading. That's not my mindset right now. I want to let it continue and see how much this account can grow in 1 hour time frame before it gets liquidated. Remember, in this video, I'm not going to explain how to use Xmoon and the Xmoon Law in detail. In future, for those who will use Xmoon, I will try to make several hours of video and explain everything in my mind to them. Right now, we just want to have an overall picture of Xmoon. As you watched, I remember that it said it could take 36 or 39 hours, but now it's 25 hours, and as it goes on, it will take less. But it's already been 10 hours. Now it's almost August, I think, and this $100 we put here has now turned into nearly $17,000 to $18,000. What you see here is exactly $17,500. Look, I'm not saying this will always happen. No, it could have gotten liquidated anywhere along the way. But the 96% law says that the bad trade that could have liquidated hasn't happened in these 8 months. And in 1 hour time frame, there has been no trade that went beyond the first level of Xmoon. This was in 2023. Let's see how much longer it can go before it gets liquidated. One thing to note is that any money placed here could have multiplied like this to 170 times. You see, exactly 170 times. But the main question is, this system is designed for a small amount of money, meaning growing a small amount significantly. You see exactly 170 times. But the main question is, this system is designed for small amounts of money, meaning growing a small amount significantly. At the beginning of the video, you saw the 200 accounts, 500 accounts, the $1,350 accounts. We turned $200 into 5 times. But this has never even happened to me, that a sum has multiplied by 170 times. The main question is, could anyone really withstand the idea of not withdrawing money at any point along the way? That's the main question. But more importantly, when a 3-push divergence occurs, there's a 30% chance that it will return at the first level, about 40% at the second level, 13% at the third level, 4% at the fourth level, and 2% at the fifth level. When you sum all these numbers, it is most of the times more than 96%. One thing to note is that you see that the distances here are the same, but this is just schematic representation. And don't think that these distances are the same. These distances have different intervals, for example, maybe like this. And these are all based on mathematical analysis derived from price movement. That's why I say the calculations are very difficult to do manually. That's why I put all this into an advisor to perform these calculations. So this file has been running for 10 hours. Let's let it run for another 15 hours and see when this account will get liquidated. This backtest got liquidated here, but before that, it went up to $76,000. You saw that $100 became became to $76,000 in just 10 months. And again, I'm not saying this will always not get liquidated for 10 or 11 months. It depends on how many trades fall within the 96 to 98%. Or better to say, when will that 2 to 3% occur? But the interesting thing is that it can go for 10 months without getting liquidated and turn $100 or any amount here into 760 times in just about 10 months. Well, I just ran the advisor on 15-minute time frame in the last months from 18th May up to 18th June. Let's see what happened. We put $100 and from 18th May up to now, which is right now here, let's say it is June 6th, $100 here became $250, which is a 150% profit, which is amazing. As I told you, here is the blue line is balance, and you see the green line is just the equity. You see this equity sometimes came down near to liquidation, near to zero, but it didn't happen. As I told you about Xmoon Law, the possibility that a trade happens that does not follow the Xmoon Law is just 4%. This is so low. That's why the profit is increasing in this way. Just know that the philosophy behind Xmoon Law is to increase minimum amount of money in order to get a significant profit. And one other thing is that calculation of the levels of Xmoon Law is very difficult manually. That's why, as I told you before, I just designed this advisor. So this advisor can calculate all the Xmoon levels itself and can manage everything. As we put a little amount of money here, so we don't have much stress. We can bear. So you see that it says this backtest takes about 2 hours and 1 hour and 25 minutes has passed. So let's see the lift of this backtest live together. Okay, this backtest is finished, and you see that $100 became to near $300, which is like 200% profit. This is really unbelievable. And let me just show you just the backtest here, that it shows that 22 symbols were traded and 90 trades were done here. It can't be possible that you do it manually. That's why we just developed this expert advisor in MT5 to do all of these things automatically.
I know you have many questions in your mind, and I hope I have been able to answer some of those questions that you had at the beginning of the video. You still have many questions, I know, but definitely, if you watch this video a few times, many of those questions will be answered. Watch it a few times and listen carefully to what I say in the video. The only thing I wanted to tell you now is that Xmoon is not gambling at all. If you have $2,000, divide it into 20 portions of $100, and you have 96 to 98% chance of turning $100 into $500. That's definitely a big deal. Well, many of you want access to this, but we'll definitely do that. We'll provide access for those who want to use it. We will try to train everyone we give access to the Xmoon properly so they have a correct understanding of this law. You know, it is very difficult for a person to implement this law manually. That's why we put everything into an expert advisor to perform all Xmoon level calculation. If you want to get more information about Xmoon, send a message to our Telegram ID, which is @Atlas.International, or you can use the other contact method provided in the caption. Thanks for watching and goodbye.